Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Teacher Pamela and this is Teacher Pamela Plans, where we do everything from teaching ideas to crafting, planning, dreaming, and so much more. Today we're going to be doing dreaming or goal planning, and this is going to be for the week of June 12th. So let's get started. All right, so first of all, please excuse my nails. I know they're really bad. I just haven't had a chance to get to them, but I really wanted to do this video anyway. So I will be doing those very soon. That can be one of my dreams. All right. And what else I wanted to say was that today... All right, so what I like to use for my dreams is the Makse Life Companion Notebooks. So right now I'm in my second notebook because we are in Q2. And so I'm going to just show you that. I also have my companion that has all my goals in it. And that's this one. I don't really need to reference that because I've already started the month. So I have my monthly goals created in here, which I will show you those. And then off of those is how I create my weekly intentions for the week and what I'm going to do, my weekly actions for the week. So I get to break those down, which is why I really love this. It's working pretty well for me. It's working a lot better for me than before I was in the power sheets, and it just didn't break it down enough for me to really be consistent with it. I'm still not there consistently, to be honest, but it's a little bit better. It's easier for me to at least give it a try. But there's a lot, and so I'm not perfect at it, which I never will be, but we're getting to the point of just trying to do the best that we can. And that's all we're looking for, is to make some changes gradually. All right, here are my monthly goals for June. And so I also put little boxes next to it, which I still haven't even filled out for the month. But I kind of like this because this is how many times, right? I want to, do self-care Saturdays and how many Saturdays have I accomplished them. So I need to update that, which I haven't done. Which weeks was this a success? Is basically what I'm asking in there. Okay? So, which I haven't crossed anything off, which I've done some of these things. Not perfectly, but I've done some of them. So I do need to update that and check off. Okay? So then for this week, I'm going to put my weekly actions here. And this is actually last week. I just didn't get a chance to write things down. I still worked on things, but I didn't write them in here. I just kind of kept it the same. And sometimes I'll do that if I'm really busy and I just don't have time to write the weekly actions down. I keep them basically the same as they were the week before. And there's not a whole lot that changes for me weekly because I'm trying to get habits in. But there's little actions that need to be taken. So that's what I'm working on. Okay, so the other thing that I wanted to show you was my calendar, which a lot of people are like, what do I do with my calendar in my Makse? I don't know what to do with this. How I use this is I actually track on what days I'm going to do what. So I even break it down more on the calendar. So here's my weekly actions, and then I do it by day on here. Now, if it's something that's an action that's daily, I'm not going to write it on here, because it's just something I do every day and it's just going to take up that space, and there's not a whole lot of space anyway. But if it's something that I'm breaking down a little bit more, or saying I'm going to actually only do this once, then I'm like, I'm going to do that on this day. And this helps me when I go to my actual weekly in my to-do list. Then I look at this and I say, oh, I said I was going to do this on this day. So I write that on my to-do list. So I transfer it over. So this just breaks it down even more. All right, so I'll get into that and I'll show you exactly what I mean by that. But I just wanted to give a little overview. All right, so let's start with my monthly goals. Okay, as far as my supplies are concerned, what I use for this is I use my Makse markers. And that you can see here with the coordinating colors. And I use those for the boxes and the checks here. And I'll do that in the weekly section as well. And then I use my stencil here, my Makse Life stencil. And I really like these because they line up perfectly. You could use whatever stencil you wanted, but these really just line up perfectly with this particular companion, so that's why I like it. It's just easier. Okay, let's get started on my weekly actions. So this is, oh, I forgot also, I use this Inner Gel liquid gel ink. This is a 0.5, and this is from Pentel. So I use that to write down all my things. I use these pens all the time. Okay, so this is for the week of June 12th, June 18th. All right, okay, so I'm gonna look back at my monthlies and see what it is that I need to accomplish. So, coloring in my journal. This is one of my monthly goals, and I haven't even started it. So I really need to start on that this week. There's an adult coloring page in my J&B journal, and I just want to use that as part of my relaxing time. I put it in personal because I have to focus on some of those things, as far as, I mean, it is fun and recreation, but it's really about my soul and trying to accomplish those things. I really need to work on my cuties. I'm way behind on that. I'm still in like February, finishing up February. I'm almost done with the February, but I just haven't gotten to it very much. I've been doing body self-care Saturdays where I do something for my body. This Saturday was so busy. I was so exhausted. I think the thing I really did for my body was go to bed. So, but the last Saturday I did a little pedicure for myself. So I'll write that in as one time. As I'm thinking about these things, I also want to tell you, not only do I look at those monthly goals, but I look at my inbox, which I'll do in a second, and I also look at my calendar. My calendar helps me know how busy I am this week and what can I accomplish within this week. So I'm trying to be a little bit more realistic about, I put all these things in here, how is that really going to happen? Okay? So I definitely need to be reading. I usually read about 1 to 2 chapters a day, but I'm not consistent about it. So I just need to be a little bit more consistent about it. Now right now I'm not writing anything too specific. These are the things, and then I'm going to go back and I'm going to say, okay, how much of these things can I accomplish after I write them all in? I really need to work on my journaling. So my J&B journaling, and that's a daily situation that I want to have. And my evening routine. Okay, and what you'll see on this is what I've wrote is how I know it's a success. If I did it 5 out of the 7 days of the week, then I earn a check mark. Same thing with my evening routine. If I did it 5 out of the 7 days, then I'm going to get a check mark for that week. Okay? So, and the reason why I do that is because nobody's perfect. And so I'm trying to, because it used to be like, well, if I do it every day. Now, it's just not realistic. I'm never going to be able to have time to do all of the things every single day. It just doesn't work out that way. I'm a mother of 2. I don't have time to do it every single day. So, that's not a thing. Plan and execute fun day. As far as for this week, as far as fun day, I need to get an invite out to everyone. That's all I need to do this week for that, because it isn't until next week, and then I'll figure out the rest of the things next week. Then Maggie's 40th, I already did that. It's all over. And then celebrate my birthday. That's not till next week, so I'm not going to worry about that. So those are all the fun things, okay? So I just need to get my invite out. So I don't put a lot in the fun and recreation part, just because some of this is supposed to be fun. Some of it's not so fun, but some of it is. Okay. Then also for work and learning, Fee is working on his letters and sounds. So Fee's lessons. We do lessons daily with him, getting him ready for kindergarten. And then Jackson, his focus right now is keyboarding as well as his saxophone. Okay, so for that, I put kind of separately because we do it a different amount. Each week. I'm trying to get the keyboarding in every day for him as a habit, whereas the saxophone is about 5 days a week. YouTube videos, posting and all that. So I'm trying to get up 2 videos each week. And Facebook and Instagram. So social media, 2 of those. Okay. So that's it for my work and learning. Paired for my family and relationships. So Paired is an app that my husband and I use. And so I try to post on there daily. It asks, you know, it's based on therapists. Therapists have created it. And basically it's just trying to keep you connected throughout the day, because obviously he's at work during the day and things like that. So we just try to stay connected, and we stay connected through Paired. And it just asks different questions that you respond to. What do you think of this? How do you feel about that? Just kind of gets the communication flowing. And I've loved it. It's really great. Plan and execute a date. I mean, I haven't done that yet, but I am going to put in here boys' summer plans, which I've been continuing to do. So summer plans, all I'm doing for those are the daily, you know, thinking Thursday and make it Monday and those kinds of things for the boys. And then also, so we'll probably wait on the date, but what I'm gonna do, it's Father's Day at the end of the week, so I need to plan Father's Day. And I already have a gift already. And I have an idea of what we're going to be doing. It's just a matter of, I have to call this place and is it going to work? It's going to work out. And I have an alternative if it doesn't. So that's fine. All right. Health and wellness. I need to track. And that's a daily thing. I need to walk daily, which I did really well last week at that because of timing wise, it worked out really well. I have exercises on here. I just feel like I need to get a little bit more under my belt with the walking. I'm not quite there, even though I put for 3 times. I just don't feel like I need to add that quite yet. Maybe I'm hoping next week. And then bed by 11 is a must. I'm just not doing well with that. And obviously the whole point is to lose some weight, which, yeah, I need to get on that better. Okay, so this week also I want to do, I shouldn't say I work. I am a treasurer. I volunteer. And I need to get that done. There is a Illinois form that needs to get filled out, and I need to do it this week. It's due by the end of the month, and I just want to make sure that I get it done. And I need to reconcile the accounts. So those are kind of the things I want to do this week. That doesn't take very long. And then I also have moon rituals this week on the 18th. And I haven't started the prayer section. I will start that later. So we're going to keep that as that because there's just a lot of things on here. So we'll see if I have time to track because I need to get started on that. Haven't done any of it. Try and play catch up a little bit with that. Okay, physical environment. This I've been doing really well with. I already organized Fee's room. I organized the master. I haven't gotten rid of the baby toys yet. So I think I need to write down for that. I need to contact a person that is in need of some of that. So that's the first step, is kind of scheduling an appointment with her so that I can bring her, you know, the things and she can choose from it what she wants. And then I'm going to take the rest to give it away. And there's a lot of them. So then also my cleaning. And I'm not going to write the contact because, you know, sometimes people don't want to be mentioned. So I'll write that later. But cleaning, my 30 minutes a day. So I'm really proud of how this has gone this month. Like, I've rocked that one, and usually I just avoid it. But I've been doing really well with that one. Okay, so that's basically like everything from my goals. And then now I'm going to take a look at, you know, what's going on. So I don't have a lot going on this week, but last week was really, really crazy. There's not a lot on the calendar, but I just overdid it last week. So what I need to do is I'm looking at this week. There's nothing really on the calendar except for the weekend. But what I really want to focus on is, you know, working on some of these dreams and kind of accomplishing some things as far as that goes, but taking it a little bit more easily. Last week was very hectic. And so I really want this week to be a little bit more chill. There was just some things that happened. My son had to leave camp early this day because he got hives. Like, the vet, it was crazy getting the dog to the vet. Like, there was just a lot, especially on Friday, that happened. That was just a madhouse craziness. It was super stressful. But so this week I really need to be getting to bed at 11. Like, that is just going to be a goal that I really need to be working on, the evening routine. Like, these are the things, like these two I just so need to focus on. This too. But this is really important this week to just kind of calm things down a little bit. I'm going to write down that this is the 18th. Okay. So let's get going on this and see if there's things that we need to add to here. So we're doing this. Do I need to change that? Yes, I've been slacking on getting that changed. And I could write that in here. So that's my church payment. Like, I haven't changed the amount and I need to go in and cancel and then redo it. So that's why I haven't done it, because it's just like a process. Jackson's prescriptions have been, I've already taken care of that. So I can actually check that off. I'm working on, so this is the one on Saturday Night at the Lakeside Supper Club is the book that I'm reading. So right now I'm currently on chapter 9. So I'm thinking I at least read 9, 10, 11 is really short. So I'm trying to think of like what I could do each day. And so let's look at the calendar here. So the 12th I could read chapter 9. So this is where I kind of split these things up. Pretty sure I remember that those two chapters are kind of short, and if not, like, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just kind of try to split it up as much as I can. And on the weekends a little bit more. Because I really need to get going on this. because I have a whole nother book I need to read. Okay, so that's probably about where I can get to this week on my book. So now I go back to my goals here, and I'm going to read chapters 9 to 20. Okay. So this is going to be a daily thing. This is going to be a daily thing. In coloring, it's not going to be a daily thing. I'm going to split up the coloring and the cuties. That'll be something I do in the evening to kind of wind down and relax. So my winding down this week, I really don't have anything on the calendar, so I really can do it any of those days. What I might do is probably color on Friday and Wednesday. Friday and Wednesday. And then the other days I'm gonna try to do cuties. This I'm gonna see about See You Able stuff tonight. Today is the 12th. So I don't know how much cutie stuff I'll get to. So I'll probably keep it blank. If I get to it, great. If I don't, it's not the end of the world if I don't. So that works. And then I'd like to do a little bit of cuties here too. And then Sunday is my planning day. I have a lot I do on Sundays to get ready for the week. So I'm not going to be doing a whole lot as far as like extra stuff. All right, so then we're back to the weekly. Okay, so now we have coloring written on my calendar. I have the cuties. Saturday self-care is a given, but I'm gonna write it on the calendar because I don't do it every day. As you can see, I wrote it there and I didn't get to it, but I did get to it that Saturday. And my mom and I are kind of working on a skin cycle thing. So that'll be fun to do, maybe a little bit extra of that on Saturday. So maybe for that, I'll do some face things. And then maybe next week I'll do hair. Okay, so let's put face for that. And then Friday is when I usually do my nails. I'm going to do them today too, but I also want to write that down because that helps. So if I write down those extra things, it helps me see like, oh, what do I have time for? Even though it's not in my dreams over here. Okay, so invites. When am I going to do the invites? Probably tomorrow. Fun day is the 24th, so I want to give people a little bit of time to, get that going. When am I going to contact? Probably Thursday then. Email. And about the baby toys, because I'm thinking about, like, I want to get rid of them prior to this. Yeah, if possible. I definitely want to get rid of all that stuff. Get it out. Okay, so lessons. These are kind of a daily thing during the week. So these are during the week. This is during the week. So I kind of already know that I don't need to write it on the calendar. So when I'm going to do my YouTube videos, that is kind of different. I have that already written in a calendar on my projects. So I'm going to look at that. Right now I'm doing the June goals, and then I was supposed to already have that done, but I didn't get it done, as well as the plan with me, which I'm going to be doing soon. These are technically for last week, which I'm kind of finishing up, but I'm going to do the self-care and the moon rituals ones this week. So those, I'm trying to think of when. So YouTube. And So I'll do one there and probably one here. I'm doing one currently. I actually really kind of need to do 4. So we'll do one. And these things can change. They may not work out exactly how I have them written down, and that's okay. I can adapt. I just like to get some sort of idea of, you know, a plan. Okay, so then paired is a daily thing. Summer plans with the boys, that's all through the week. Plan Father's Day. That's kind of happening today. I need to call the place. And I'm just going to write place so that, you know, that gets done, which that's already in my to-do list for today. So, and then we'll see what goes from there. I already have the gift already done, so I do need to wrap it. So maybe I put that, I mean, it doesn't really matter. So I can put that here, wrap, gift. Okay. Then we have health and wellness. That's a daily, those are daily things. See You Able, I already wrote down as I'm going to do those. Moon, I need to write that down on the 18th because that's when it is. And change FUMC. We'll do that here. And, because I have less there. Tracking expenses, usually that's a Sunday thing, but there's a lot going on already. See, look at this. I find things to do even though I have nothing going on. Like, it gets busy anyway. Cleaning is an everyday thing. I already have the contact, so I need to track expenses is the last thing to put on the calendar. Let's see. Since I'm doing that payment here, I might as well track this day and see if I can fit that in. Okay, so there's some things that I'm going to try to get done. Now, this is why I never get it all done, because I write down all the things. But I also know I'm not going to get it all done, and that's okay. All right, so now what I do is I go back and I kind of use my stencil. I know I'm going to color once, so I just put one little circle there. And then cuties, I put down, let's see, how many times did I put that I was going to do the cuties? 1, 2, 3. So we'll see if I can get it 3 times. And then I get a check mark on the circle if I do it the 3 times. So then I use these squares for that 1, 2, 3 times. Okay, so I fill in these little circles to make them colored. So cute. And then, so Saturday is a oneer. A oneer. One-time shot. So I don't need to worry about it. And see, these are all like lined up, so I can just circle it. I don't have to worry about, you know, it's going to be on that line somewhere. It's not exactly perfect because I moved it, but, and then reading, I just put 1 circle for that because I already filled out, you know, I don't need to fill out each day. It's just, did I read 9 through 20? Yes or no? This is going to be a daily, the J&B journal. So I only need 5 of them to get a success. So I'm going to put, and then I have my evening journal here, which is our evening routine, which is also like a daily thing. So I only need 5 of them, so I am going to put 5 squares. And these squares are not going to line up, so I'm going to move them over a little bit because otherwise I'm not going to have enough room for the next thing. Usually I shorten what I write here so that I can do that, but so I don't have to do this where I'm lining them like that, but it still works really good. And then the evening routine is going to be the same. It's going to be 5. So if I get 5 out of the 7 check marks, or well, if I get 5 of these check marks filled in, then I get to check the circle. So as long as I do my evening routine to some degree 5 times this week, then I get that circle checked in. All right, so I'm going to do that for the rest of these. Oh, the coloring, I guess I put in twice, didn't I? In my calendar, I did color and color. So we'll put two for that too. Okay, so now I have everything with the circles and how many checks I need to get in order to get the circle completed. So next, this is my weekly, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to put those 5 major habits that I need to put on here. But some of them I don't put on this particular habit tracker because I track them in other places. AM and PM routine tracker that I use in my self-care section, and that looks like this. So I don't need to put anything that's on here that's also on here. So like this is my evening routine. So if these are checked off to some degree, I mean, I tried, it's never perfect, but if I made an effort, then I get a check mark basically. And so since I track that here, I'm not going to write, did I do my evening routine here? That's an extra step. So first of all, I'm going to write the word habits. Okay, and then I'm going to put those habits down. So I'm going to put paired. So I'm definitely going to track bed here by 11 p.m. And I'll be able to find out by my watch whether or not I went to bed at 11, cleaning. So I usually actually set a timer for 30 minutes. So did I actually do it for 30 minutes is the question. I do put my food on there. Did I track my food? Even though I track it in an app. And did I take a walk? So I guess some of them I do kind of, you know, put it in a couple other spots, but I feel like this is a little bit more specific. Okay, I try not to double up. And that's it. So this is what I do each week to schedule my dreaming or my goals, if you want to call it that. The reason why I use the word dream, first of all, is JMB Journal uses the word dream, which I really like. And that's also my word of the year. So that's why I use the word dream when I'm talking about goals. But goals sound like a bunch of work. And I feel like the word dream makes it sound dreamy. So that helps. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like to see more of them, please let me know in the comments. And also please like and subscribe to my channel. I love doing these videos. I hope I can reach as many people as possible with some fun ideas. This is my passion. This is what I love to do. And I just want to share it with everybody. That's all I want to do. All right, so I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget, keep dreaming. Bye-bye.